Hi everybody, this is Liz with 143 Handmade. This week's video is a collaboration video for flowers, or actually spring clusters, excuse me. This week's prompt is flowers. Susan at Susan Hills Art and Sherry at Turquoise Dreaming are hosting. Thank you, ladies. Links to them will be below. There will also be a link to Dodie Fai's channel because that's where I learned how to make these paper flowers. Let's get started. It's flower clusters, so let's just move all of these flowers, paper flowers, over here. Kind of spread out my stuff a little better. I cut out the flowers out of Jean. Excuse my dogs. My husband's down by the door. He'll get them in just a second. But this is denim that I cut out into flower shape. This is what it looks like right after you cut it. And you can, by hand, go in and fray stuff and fray it out. I prefer to wash it. I wash it in the washing machine a good 3 or 4 times. And I prefer to grab up a couple of the dog's tennis balls because they can always use a good wash, and throw them in there and wash them 3 or 4 times with it. And there is pet hair everywhere in my house and all my stuff, and that's just the way it is. And but these are some smaller ones. That looks really cute, just like that, doesn't it? That would be super cute on a cover. Let's see, how would I want to anchor that together? Probably go in with a button and thread, and which, of course, I thought I was being super prepared. I have all these different kinds of flowers. I have my glue, I have my scissors, I have my ink. Do I have needle and thread? No, of course not. No buttons either. So I think that's what I'll do with that one. So we'll just set this one down here for now. And I just brought along some little scraps of paper, the coffee stained paper, to give a shot, as bases, to use as bases. This is, my sewing machine does embroidery as well, and so I thought I'd try to embroider on flowers, and embroider on the paper, and it had limited success. As you can see, it kind of tore it a little bit, but we're making clusters, so I can easily cover that up. So if I was to just add that pop of color on top of there, and then maybe, no, I don't like that. Let's see. Just have that poking out the side, like so. And then maybe have that on top. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let me cut this. Here's my scissors. So I want to thank you all for hanging out with me today. I know you guys have lots of choices on who to watch and who to hang out with. So it means a lot for everybody who spends that time on whatever channel you are watching. It means a lot to them, I'm sure. So we're just gonna use a fairly thick bead of this Fabrifix glue. I love the Fabrifix glue. It is kind of stinky though, but it does work very, very well. It anchors things together. I went ahead and went a little thick because this is very textured fabric, so I just want to give it, every chance of sticking. And since it's going to be on the base, the very back, it's covered up nicely. Let's see, I do have all of these. I went through my inks earlier and I just used the same stamp and inked all of my different colored inks and decided which ones I was actually going to keep. So some of these are of inks that I'm not even going to keep, but I'm going to go ahead and use the little squares that I made, of course. But let's see, let's try out all these different colors and see if we like one better than that super bright one. Let's see, what do we think of that? I don't know. Or maybe just this layered on top. Or maybe this guy. These are zippers that I slow stitched. I will have a video posted on showing me do that here soon. Yeah, I think I kind of like that, but I kind of like something else. No, I don't. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that. So again, because of all the different layers and the fact that you're not gonna see the bottom, I really goop it up. I probably way over glue. I do. I way over glue. I'm an over gluer. Guilty. Guilty as charged. Definitely overglued that one. So there's lots of little stringy thingies that come off of this when you, as you're working with it. One of the YouTubers that I watch, I think it was either Nick the Booksmith or Pam at the Paper Outpost. I'm not sure which one, but one of them compared it to hot glue, and that's exactly right. That's I can't explain it any better than that. Let's see, I'm gonna tear this guy. Didn't mean to go quite that low, but you know. Tear this back, so yeah. I know sometimes I'm like, wait, why'd I do that? Let's see, do I want to do that? Let's stick that there. It's purple thread. It's probably hard to see that it's purple thread though. On this flower, on this embroidered flower. Do I like that? I don't know. Pop a color? No, I don't like that. Something more neutral? No. Let's see, what about just another zipper? No, I think that's too much bulk. This is a flower with a butterfly on it. Made it the same way as those other paper flowers. It has a little bit of dimension, but won't be adding bulk like this says. So I don't know. Let's see. I had a, you know, it's funny, you know, you try and be so prepared when you're gonna make these videos, right? And then, you know, you get on here and suddenly you don't know what to say, or you can't find half of what you thought you had. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So, and because this is just paper, I'm just going to use just a little bit of this spoogied, what was already spooged out. And I'll stick that there over that splotch. Yeah, I like that. And I'll probably come back and add some, let's see, wait. Oh no, I don't have to come back. I can do it right here. I can reach it. Yeah, I can reach it. Some liquid pearls. This one's platinum pearl. I'm just going to kind of fill it in. Not all the way, but just that center. Give some dimension to that center. Since it is right next to the zipper flower, I'm going to give it a little something something. And if I had some purple, I would do more. And, you know, I had decided to go ahead and leave that string, but it's just bugging me now. So we're going to at least nip it shorter. But I do have this green. Well, it's green with red flecks. It's more of a Christmassy one. Let's see. What is it called? Can't find the name. Holly, maybe? Maybe it's Holly. I don't know. This is the only stickles I've ever had. So I'm still not 100% familiar with the, you know, the formatting of the labels and stuff. You know how on products that you know well, you know exactly where to find the name and all that, but this product's fairly new to me, but just everybody was having so much fun online on YouTube with them that I had to get some. So, and you could easily color that in if you don't have stickles with crayon paint, you know, any pigment that you want. This is just what I happen to have. And let's see. This is just glitter glue from the dollar store. So this is, you know. So what I'm going to do is actually just put a blob in the middle of each of those, about the same size. And then just use my finger and just make it glitterified. There we go. Just add some sparkle to this flower. There we go. And I have this scrap piece of denim that I've just been wiping inks and glues and whatever on today. And let's see, let's go ahead and add some, this is Black Diamonds stickles. Oh, I forgot to shake it. Shake it, shake it. And just put a few, I don't know, maybe just that one tiny dot. Yeah, don't want to overdo it. I was thinking of doing a whole like series of dots out from the center, you know, to represent the center, but that just looks super cute, just like that. Okay, so we're going to stop there, and I'm going to set this aside somewhere. Let's see, this looks like a good spot. Set this aside and hopefully not stick my fingers in it or let a cat step in it. So let's see, let's make another one. Let's start with just this big base of a paper flower. And so we could just do these paper flowers, just nothing else, just the paper flowers. And I was thinking there's a couple different ways we can anchor this, but just the Tim Holtz tiny attacher, it's just a little bit too short to reach that. So instead, not that box, that's the tags one. I want this one. Has some of my loose eyelets in it. Let's grab out, here's a nice pretty white one. Let's grab, oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? None of my tools are where they're supposed to be. What am I talking about? Like I have a spot for stuff. I'm just moving my office from one room to another, and so it's been just a wee bit chaotic. Where did it go? Where did the little guy go? There it went. So I'm just going to pull in my Crocodile Big Bite. And this is a larger one, so we're going to move it to the larger size. Get our flower all lined up the way we want her. Slide it in here, pinch the hole. And then stick our eyelet in there. Make sure our little thingies are on the right spot. And oh, I grabbed up one too many layers. That's not punched. Here we go. Got everything lined up. Oh, gotta move it back. Stuff shifted. Hold on. Okay. Second try. I've only had my Crocodile Big Bite here for a couple of weeks, so I'm still learning. But look at that. Look how pretty that is. And you could easily have inked those to make them different colors. I think I like doing some really neutral, so that way you can add them, you know, to different things as you go. So, let's see, another thing I like to do with the denim, I just noticed this sitting over here again, is to just flip some of it over. you know, so that way it pops better. See that? There's some of that pet hair. But yeah, I still think that just hand sewing it with a button in the center is the way to go. So let's see, we've got 2 finished. We have all these bits. Let's move on, huh? I'm taking too long on each one. Let's see, can I just rip it? No, can't just rip it. So I have this super cute fabric. It's got like a pink like lattice work in the back, and then these purple flowers and vines on the top. Well, that didn't work very well. Just trying to distress my edges a little bit on all sides. Alright, I guess that's, you know, that'll work. Grab up these stringies. So let's go ahead. It's very thin fabric, so let's grab one of these squares and I'm going to tear it down. It is just copy paper, coffee dyed copy paper, but it will still give quite a bit of stability once the glue dries. And again, I'm really kind of gooping it on. I'm an overgluer, and that's just all there is to it. So you never need to apply as much glue as I do usually. Almost never. That's sad. That's so sad. But yes, just conserve your supplies, people. Conserve. So let's see. What if I peek that out like that? Do I like that? And then a little denim flower on top too. And what about this guy? Top of that. All like askew like that. What do we think? Do we like that? Let's see, what if we put it all in this bigger one? No, I don't like that. Let's see. Stop overthinking it. See, this is the whole thing about clusters. I end up spending way too much time thinking about it. So, I tried it, I liked it, I'm gonna glue it down. Done. Glued it down. Done. Down. These are iron-on transfers, or not transfers, but iron-on patches, and I have them left over from other things, and so I'm using them up in my journals. So there we go. That's a cute little cluster. So that's 3. So I want to use some of these guys, some of these little squares. You don't really think of squares when you think of flower clusters, at least I don't. Let's see, here's my other square here too. These came in a card kit, you know, a make your own greeting card type card kit. And one side's super shiny, and one side's a little bit more dull. It's not a lot, but some. And there's brads that came with that too, so I might do that. If I stick it on there like that, it kind of just looks like leaves behind it. That's kind of cool. Let's see, I have another one in that same color family, so it will look okay. I think that's too dark. Let's see. Well, that's nice. That's nice. I'll just cut another little square of that off. And then let's see, let's go ahead and bring the big bite back in. Oh, actually, no, I don't need the big bite for this one. Wait, yeah, I do, because my little one's not out here yet. Sorry about that. I will get more organized as things settle. I have just decided that I'm fed up with my husband's work, and I've got to do something to get him out of there. So I am doing all kinds of things online these days, and something's got to work, right? And we can get him out of that crappy place. And let's see, where are my brads? Where's my little bin? I know I had it out here. Yes, there it is. Paper glued to me. So I have this little tin. That's my puppy talking behind us. She really wants me to stop making this video and play with her, because that's what puppies do. Hang on. Pause this video and get them busy. Okay, I'm back. They are safely tucked in the bedroom with Dad. He's on the phone on hold, so he may holler and say, I need you to get him back in a minute, but you know, for now we're good. So let's see, let's move that scrap of paper. Let's see, where were we? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 done-ish. I might go ahead and add a button there too when I sew the button on that one. I really like the buttons on denim. It's super cute, I think. So I have this fabric, several different pieces of fabric actually, that these came from my husband's grandmother when she passed. We cleaned out her house, and some of her clothing I turned into quilts, and these are some of the scraps that are left over from that. So, but they're pretty flowers. So I was thinking that we could utilize some of that. Let's go ahead and cut this. Kind of semi-fussy cut it. Not super tight or anything, but to add to the, enhance the flower shapes. Since they're kind of shadowy anyways, they're not all the way there, they're just only kind of sketched in. Can't really do it wrong. Well, unless you leave a weird little corner like that, of course, but you know, we can always fix that. So there we go. And let's see. Let's go ahead and cut in here as well. So I hope everybody's having a good spring. My allergies have been really kicked up this bad this year, worse this year than normal. I don't know what it is, but we live way out in the middle of nowhere, and 40 acres, and so my allergies are pretty significant, like most of the time, but this year they just seem extra bad. So yeah, see, look at that. That looks really striking and pretty to me. What's that pop in the background? Sorry, I dropped my voice there. I don't know why. Hope you can still hear me some. So I was thinking about putting it on there, but that's not as striking as this. This is much more striking. I think this is better. Actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go shoot with the scissors and have this be 2 pieces. Really enhance that flower shape. Since I'm going to use the paper to be the base, and this is just the decorative, I don't have to worry about how big it is. That's why I cut it so big to begin with. Yeah, put that there, and then maybe even put this overlapping coming the other way. It kind of extends that flower out. Do I like that? Do I like that? I don't know. Let's see, I like that. So we'll start with that. And let's see. Let's go ahead and close this up and put it aside before I spill it everywhere. Let's see if we can do the same kind of thing. Fussy cut this fabric, sort of. I'm not a great fussy cutter. I semi fussy cut, I guess, would be my term to it, because I do like the lack of straight edge. I like the shaping, but I don't like to worry about getting it, you know, exactly the right shape either, especially on something like this. This is very stretchy fabric, so it's kind of hard to you know, fussy cut well. It's not like fussy cutting paper at all, but I think that it adds a lot of movement to it when you break a bunch of the straight edges. Yeah. If we tuck that in, let's see, this way maybe? Yeah, and see, that covers up that straight edge. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue these down before I overthink it in anymore. Let's stick that down. And how did I have this? There we go. The other day I was obviously watching, or not obviously I guess, but I watch YouTube a lot, and there was, I think it was Susan who said in her excuse me, in her clusters video that she doesn't like to really anchor things down, you know, like all the way flat flat flat. She likes to leave it so where there's some movement in the pieces. And you know, I'm an overgluer. I'm a self-proclaimed overgluer, but I realized that I really like that look. I really like the floppiness of it and the movement in the page. Some of my favorite layouts have some of that in them. And so I may overglue, but I also like to leave it floppy. I like to leave it loose and able to move all at the same time. I know we're all full of contradictions like that, aren't we? Hope so. Hope I'm not alone in that. Like that. That covers the center there, but I think it's worth it because it pretty much breaks this whole edge. The straight disguises that straight edge up. And there's, you know, a million ways I could do this. I could just keep gluing it like I've been gluing. Just glue it, all of it down. Just glue. Or I could take it to the sewing machine and just tack glue it or set it in place, and then, you know, use the sewing machine to anchor it down. I tend to do a combination of things. I tend to not just you know, not just glue or just staple or just this. I tend to do, you know, a bunch of different things all on one. See, I don't know if I like any of those with that. Let's see, I have these too that I punched out, or not punched out. Oh, that'd be cool if I had a punch that was the square. I'm gonna have to get one of those that's the size. Now that I have these stamps. So these stamps are new to me. They're not new, but they're new to me. I got them off of an eBay lot for super cheap. And I only want a handful of them, so I will be relisting the ones that I do not want. So I will link to my eBay store below as well, so that way you can see, you know, obviously not this one. I really like these stamps, so these won't be in it, but there will be another video and information about that. So we gotta get rid of this straight edge here. I like that. And let's see. Do we want to do more? Tuck another one in. Yeah, I think that looks good. Let's see, what about a green one up here to kind of go with the leaf? Already got. Yeah, I like that. And let's see, I'm even going to grab down my inks And let's see, I think this is one I actually got rid of, but I'm going to go with this one. And my dauber is nowhere in sight, so I am going to do it this way. These inks are very, very old, so, you know, I know that running stuff along the ink pad is not the greatest for it. That's why we have the daubers and all that, but one thing I like about doing it directly on the pad is that there's just a depth of color that you just don't get unless you do it this way. Plain and simple, your dauber is just never going to give you as much ink as your ink pad does. There we go. I like that. So that really darkened it up quite a bit. I'll stick that in there. You know, it's funny, but, you know, we have things placed, and, you know, and then we take them apart to glue them, and I don't know about you all, but I have a hard time remembering. Like, wait, how did I want it? So sometimes I'll just do this. So I'm not actually moving it at all. Not really. There we go. There's another one. And again, I could add a little something there at some point. Let's see, do we want to just add another brad? Let's see. No, I don't think I want to. Not on this one. So there's another one. And let's see, this can just be the base of a cluster right here. This was, again, I was just checking my ink pads, deciding which ones I liked, which ones I wanted to get rid of. My mom passed away several years back, but I still have a lot of her stuff, and I'm trying to get better at not hoarding that stuff out of, you know, some memorial reason. If I'm not going to use the inks, I need to just rehome them. So, let's see, here's a good base, I think. Let's see if we put... See, it's going to be hard not to just cover stuff up though, huh? That's cute. Kind of unexpected. See, I don't know. No, I don't like that. Let's see, let's bring in some of these flowers. Yeah, one of these big flowers. Yeah, let's see. Oh, the music paper one. There we go. Let's see, do we want her in the center? No, I think I like things when they're a little bit more wonky than that. Like I said, I've made a handful of quilts. I'm not like a quilter, I'm not like an expert or anything by any means, but I did make several quilts, and so I found when I was doing those that one of the things that had kept me from quilting or trying to quilt for a long time was this idea that everything had to be perfect. You know, I saw those like beautiful pieced quilts, you know, and thought there's just no way. And so then I started watching YouTube, and I found this fabulous term within the quilting world: wonky. Wonky quilting is my thing within the quilting world. Just saying. Nothing has to be straight. Everything can just be there. You know, as long as you've got it, it's secure. You can do whatever you want, pretty much, which is just super cool. Let's see, do I like that? No, I don't. Let's see, one of these days I'll make a choice. Let's see, that's one I've already used. Let's pull out some of these others. Some of these flowers I cut with the what's it called? These ones, the pinking shears. That's what they're called, pinking shears, instead of regular scissors. And I think it gives an interesting petal shape. You know, it gives you another texture to play with, another something there. See, that's quite striking, isn't it? Purple and yellow together. And let's see this one. Let's go ahead and we'll just squish it in there, make it work. You know, there we go. Yeah, that's super cute. And then what if we just took one of these guys? I don't always cover up the staples, only sometimes. Sometimes I leave the staple visible. There we go. Well, the staple's covered up. That's cute. Okay, so that's another one done. Let's see, I really want to do something with this guy, this butterfly. Let's see. Put those guys on this bigger sheet. Maybe? Like that? No, I don't like it. What about a square of this? Yeah, I like that. Okay. So here, cut another square. Or, let's see, wait, we have another fabric we haven't tried yet. So let's go ahead and audition it on there. Let's see which one we like better. Do we like it on there better, or do we like it? I think we like it on, I like it better on the darker. So let's scooch these guys back to the side. Get this guy laid out. Let's see. Yeah. Just do that. A little blobby there in the center. So wait, it still has some movement. Pop it back down. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Simple. Set it aside to dry. So we have the one that's way over there drying. We have this one. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. That one's semi-done. Let me check the time. Okay, yeah, we've been at this for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go for the day. So I just want to say thank you again for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it, and more than I can say. So thank you. These are my flower clusters. Thank you, Susan and Cherie, for hosting this. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this one back in. Being careful not to touch the stickles. So, and obviously I have lots more that I can play with and keep going. So thank you for hanging out.